German Chancellor Angela Merkel has said that she doubts European leaders taking part in a summit this week on the EU's 2014-2020 budget would reach an agreement. Most EU members support an increase in the budget, but several countries say it is unacceptable at a time of austerity, most notably the UK, who is seeking cuts in the budget to match austerity programmes at home. Prime Minister David Cameron has warned he may use his veto if other EU countries call for any rise in EU spending, which the Netherlands and Sweden support. Poland and its former communist rule neighbours, which rely heavily on EU cash, want current spending maintained or raised. Failure to agree on the budget would mean rolling over the 2013 budget into 2014 on a month-by-month basis, putting some long-term projects at risk. Yesterday, Egyptian President Morsi passed a decree making his decisions free from any other authority, including the judiciary. Opposition leaders have called for protests throughout Egypt today, the 23rd of November. Morsi supporters state that the decree will help protect what the revolution has created and destroy, quote, the infrastructure of the old regime. Earlier this week, a ceasefire was agreed between Israel and Gaza. Wednesday's truce ended 8 days of Israeli attacks on Gaza from the air and sea and militant rocket attacks against Israeli towns. It is said that 158 people were killed in the Gaza Strip during the most recent period of violence. The ceasefire was mostly being upheld by both sides. However, earlier today it was reported that a Palestinian was shot dead by Israeli soldiers close to the Gaza border. Shootings around the Gaza border happen fairly often and don't always lead to an escalation of violence, but given the current circumstances, this is less certain. The South Stream natural gas pipeline will come to fruition and be built by the Russian energy giant Gazprom. They adopted a final investment decision last Friday, and offshore section construction will commence next month. The pipeline will now allow Russia to bypass transit countries such as Ukraine in transporting natural gas to Western and Central Europe. Like our Facebook page, Kalem Journal, and follow us on Twitter @Kalem Journal.